Hi everybody, Brittany here today, back to talk to you about
The CigGo-T by Bauway. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Back here today with a video. That was my husband Josh.
Hi everybody.
Cool intro. We should keep it. So yes, today's video, all about this guy, the CigGo-T by Bauway, again. This comes in a full kit, so I was just going to tell you about it. Run through some notes that I've taken, and just kind of show you how it works, and tell you what I think a little bit. Alright, so this guy comes straight out of China, manufactured, shipped from China, from their website, www.ciggo.com, CIGGO.com. Right off the bat, I'll let you know, this whole kit goes for $79 on their website. It runs an NI200 coil head that they provide on that website. You can get a 5-pack for $12.99. So, what all comes in this kit? This mod, this tank, this is the, what did I say it was? The Clear Tank T. We'll get to that in a minute. Comes with a 9-volt charging cord. Not micro USB, but a 9-volt charging cord. You charge it right here. Also in the kit, you get a stainless steel drip tip option. I don't prefer that, so I just have my acrylic or Delrin. I believe it's possibly a Delrin drip tip. And the tank comes equipped with the coil head installed already in it. So there you go. That's what it is. This mod will fire in wattage 1 to 100 watts, up to 5 volts, only if you're using that 0.2 coil head. It also does temperature control, which is kind of neat. It's kind of how I prefer to use it, in temperature control. It ranges from 212 degrees Fahrenheit to 572 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're in Celsius, I don't use Celsius because I'm in America, but in Celsius it runs from 100 degrees to 300 degrees Celsius. Does fire as low as 0.2, which are the standard stock coils that it comes with. Alright, so this has a very different kind of design shape than your average mod. I didn't really care for it too much in the beginning. I have the gray on black edition. The black tank matches the black stripe. This does come in other colors, a pink, blue, maybe black on black, I'm not sure. At least on the pink and blue, I know that the tank will match the pink and blue, so they're not all black. But anyway, the adjustment buttons and your screen, your OLED screen, is on the bottom. Cool thing about that, it is actually recessed enough that if you set it down, it does not mess with your adjustments, and it hasn't scuffed up my screen at all. The buttons are nice and clicky, I find. Oh, I just turned it off. Yep. Buttons are nice and clicky. Whenever you turn this guy off, like I just did, it does not power completely down, but it will tell you that you need to unlock it and click 5 times to turn it back on. So let's just do that. It was upside down, sorry. It will give you the CigGo logo and then put you immediately into selecting temperature control or I just call it variable mode. You can switch from wattage to voltage in variable or power mode. I prefer temp control, or the TC mode on this guy, which is temp control. I've not experienced temp control until I use this. I have a temp control device, I've just never run it in temp control. So with this, I had to really mess with it and find my sweet spot, which on this is like 525 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty decent performance for a kit, in my opinion. The flavor is great on this tank. Let me make sure there's no other specs I wanted to share. First, the coating on this guy is like a rubberized finish, kind of similar to, what did we have, the Kangaroo EVOD sets. So it is harder, but it has that nice rubberized feel. It's nice. I like it. In temp control mode with this NI200 coil, there is a fair amount of pulsing that you can pick up on. I can hear it. I describe it as like a fluttering sound whenever I fire it. So it does that only in temp control mode. To switch over to power mode, you just simultaneously hit your adjustment buttons and it will put you, this is currently in voltage mode. To switch to wattage mode, you tap your fire button twice and it will put you in wattage mode. Yeah. Same with temp control. Did I already say that? I'm not sure. If you're in temp control mode, to switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius, you do the same thing. You just double tap that fire switch and it will put you in whatever setting you're not currently in. It's kind of a louder device, I find, right? I think it's kind of loud, but it's just me. So that's the mod itself. It does have 510 threading, fire button, there you go. That's the mod itself. The tank is, I'll tell you exactly, Clear Tank T. That's all it's called. They don't sell these individually on their website, I don't believe. They're only part of this kit. They might have a couple other kits that also offer this same tank. Pretty standard sub-ohm tank, adjustable airflow on the bottom. I tend to just leave it wide open, but you can close it off nice and tight for a more mouth-to-lung experience if that is your prerogative. Yeah, bottom fill. It's a bottom fill tank. It has a 3.5 mil capacity, and we did confirm that. We did measure out 3.5 mils exactly, filled it, it all fit, didn't overflow. So it does actually fit 3.5 mils of e-liquid. Now the one thing that I like about this tank that I haven't seen in many other tanks that I have any kind of experience with is the top collar of this rotates. And it'll just keep rotating and not unscrew, it just keeps spinning and spinning. And what that does, in the center chimney of your tank, it is actually cut out in various areas around the coil so that you can close off your liquid flow to your coils. So if you want to run a thinner consistency liquid, you absolutely can. I think that is a very nice feature for this tank. Since I prefer a thicker VG liquid, I leave them wide open as well. Same with my airflow. Alright, so that's how it works. That's the ins and the outs. What I really like about this mod is its ease of use. It's easy, it's simple. Once it's fully charged, this will last me all day. I can take this if I have to go to the store or just go run some local errands. I don't have to worry about dripping if I'm driving in my car. And the battery life has lasted me for an all-days outing. So I do really appreciate that. The flavor this tank gives out is top-notch. I really love the flavor that this tank offers. And its cloud performance in my temperature control mode is pretty spot on. I do appreciate, just like I said, how easy it is to use. Now, let's get into some cons, because there's a few. Now this mod, this whole setup is not going to be for everybody. I absolutely would not recommend this to a seasoned vapor who is used to building and wrapping their own coils, super sub-ohming, and running an RDA. Only because the temperature control on this guy is limited to the NI200 coils, which for some is, questionable. But in variable mode, it is highly inconsistent than other mods. My CigGo-T 150 watt is one of my all-time favorite, I guess, just box mods in general, but variable mods. And we did pit this guy up next to a CigGo-T 150 watt. We built a 0.2 coil in an RDA for the CigGo-T and then put the 0.2 coil in this guy, crank this up to about 70 watts, crank the CigGo-T to 70 watts, and vape them side by side, the CigGo-T took the prize, right? He's looking at me.
I was using the same RDA on the mod, not building inside the tank, but
Well, yeah, we ran an RDA on the CigGo-T with our own, like, we built a coil in the RDA, and then we just compared it to the 0.2 coil in here in variable mode, right? We did run an RDA as well, but to pit them next to each other, we just had the power settings the same in both of them, and the what I'm basically getting to is just the power mode in this is not consistent. At 70 watts on this coil head or the RDA, it just felt very weak. It felt more consistent with like a 30 to 40 watt vape than a 70 watt vape. So I don't really trust the variable or the power mode in this guy. I just purely use this in temperature control on my 525 Fahrenheit setting. Another con, I'm just going to throw it in there. In temp control, this thing does flutter. I already said that. It's not super loud, but it's there, and it is it's not super obnoxious, but it's there. I do notice it. Another con is this 9-volt charger. I don't really do any pass-through vaping at all, and nor do I care to, but this 9-volt charger just seems to me it could either be a safety issue or it's just not very versatile if you have to charge on the go, because you are limited to wall charging with this guy. And you cannot, there's absolutely no way to use your own batteries with this. This has a built-in I think it has two 18650 Samsungs in it. So you're kind of just at the mercy of the mod here with whatever battery or pack they have in it. So I only list that as a con because most, I keep saying seasoned vapors. Most vapors who have mods do prefer to charge them in their own battery chargers and then put their own batteries in their mods. You just can't do it with this guy. So that is a con. Flip to my next page. What are my other cons? The temp control. This is a con. You are only restricted to those NI200 coils. You cannot just use any random coil. I believe that these are exclusive to the Clear Tank T, and their only option is the NI200 coils. So there's that. Your coil heads do have to be ordered from China, as I mentioned on their website. So if you are running low on coils, keep that in mind and try to plan ahead if you can. Yeah, that's happening. Finally, my last con on this device, even though you can't see the screen as you're operating the device, whenever you fire, keep an eye here on my battery life indicator as I push the fire button. What was that? Oh, okay. All right. So it does actually have a burning cigarette symbol indicator when this device is firing. It absolutely does not affect the performance of this device, but to me, that is almost taking 2 steps back. If I were to offer up any suggestions to Bauway or CigGo on this device, one of my biggest gripes is that this does have a burning cigarette indicator on the screen. That has absolutely nothing to do with vaping. I'm sorry. In my opinion, we vape because we don't want to smoke, and that is kind of just a reminder. And of cigarettes and smoking, and I don't prefer that. Personally, that's just my opinion. So that's really it. I mean, this is a simple device. It's easy to use. I would absolutely recommend this for somebody looking to step up their vaping game from a starter kit. Maybe somebody who's used to mouth to lungs and they want to get into temp control and lung inhales, then yes, absolutely. I would recommend this. Just plan ahead, order your coils ahead of time because it could take a while if you're ordering from the US. If you like your builds, you like your RDAs, and you like your super high, 150 watt devices, and you use all of that power, no, I would not recommend this for you. So ultimately, the decision is yours, and we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back next Monday with a video. If I can, I'm going to talk this guy into sitting in with me. So have a nice week. See you guys later.
I'm in the video.